Welcome back to Kona Qualified. There's several things that are on my mind, so I'd like to go ahead and dive right in and get to them and hammer them out real quick. So, first thing, please subscribe to this channel. It's going to be an awesome ride, but more importantly, I have some awesome things that I'm bringing to this channel, some different perspectives that I'm bringing, and you don't want to miss it. I'm probably uploading it within the next few weeks, so you're not going to want to miss it. So please subscribe and stay up with the notifications. Secondly, I'd like to talk a little bit about me, because I briefly talked about it a little bit in my first video, and if you haven't watched it, please go back and watch it. But I want to talk about a little bit about my background, what got me involved in triathlon, what really inspired me to do this. So back in about the 8th grade, I believe it was when it started, I think I saw the World Championship on TV, and I was like, wow. I mean, there's these guys are putting 140.6 miles in one day, a swim, bike, and a run, collectively together to equal 140.6 miles, and I was just like, good grief, So, but I saw that on TV, and I was like, man, that'd be cool to do someday, But kind of shelved the idea and never really put too much thought into it after that, and just went on with my life. And so, during high school, played some football, played some basketball, played track, ran track, I should say. Was terrible at all of them. Wasn't any good. Had made some good had some good times. Made some good memories. But as far as excelling in either one of those sports, I did not. And just I found out I liked working out a lot. I liked staying active, taking care of my body, lifting weights and so forth. But I was never had the athletic disposition to excel in a coordinated sport or anything like that. And so anyhow, so that was that. And so after I got out of high school, went to college for a little bit. And after I got done with college, I decided to get into a little bit of obstacle course racing. I did a couple of Tough Mudders and 12-mile Tough Mudders, and then I went into some cycling races. Got some races under my belt in cycling, and then I actually did the Hotter Than Hell 100. If anyone's familiar with that, it's one of the largest bike races in the country. I think it draws about 10,000 people altogether. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's about right. And so anyhow, did that. Didn't really train a whole lot for it, which is probably not a good idea, but didn't train a whole lot for it, and finished the 100-mile bike ride in about, I think actually my time was exactly 7.5 hours. So long time, pretty slow, but I got it done. So that was my goal. And so anyhow, so I went on from that and decided to start training triathlon. And I went in there and found a book, I think by the name of Tim Holland, something like that. And the name of the book was called The 12-Week Triathlete. And so I went in there, and not a bad book, by the way. Overall, it's actually pretty good content. But I went in there and didn't really know a whole lot about triathlon. I started my swimming. Swim form was terrible. Now looking back on it, it was. I actually did all my swim training back here. Got my road bike. Went out there and rode. Did some bike training. Started running as well. And went out there in September. I only trained for about a couple months, maybe. Went out in September and did my triathlon. It's called the Trifecta Triathlon. It was actually in Possum Kingdom Lake, in about an hour and a half west of Fort Worth. And yeah, I finished, but my time was so slow, and it was 3.5 hours long. And man, it was fun. I had a good time, but gosh, I was brutally unprepared for it. But it was a good time though, man. My main goal was to finish, and I did, so that was great. So, after that, I kind of really got more serious about it. I figured, you know what? I'm 25, or at that time 24, and I don't have a wife, and I don't have kids, so that alleviates those two responsibilities right there. And so since I don't have those in my life yet, I'm like, why not dedicate your time to this full-fledged, So that's what I did, and so that's why I, hired a coach. Just so happened there happened to be a guy in my area who was well versed, well experienced in triathlon, and was willing to be my coach. And so I started that relationship with him, and he's been writing me schedules, and it's been great ever since, man. So it's been awesome. I've learned more about myself and what I'm capable of, and it's awesome. I've thoroughly enjoyed the process of being in triathlon. It's been great. I'm telling you, triathlon is a fun sport. Maybe not be for everybody, but it's definitely a good time. I recommend it to anyone. So yeah, that's a little about me. Never really athletically inclined, but here's a guy who has no athletic experience and is doing great things in it. So it's gonna be awesome whenever I actually qualify for the World Championship. It's gonna be a great story to tell from start to finish. So that's why you need to subscribe. It's gonna be an awesome journey. So anyhow, the last thing I want to, before I wrap this up, I really want to talk about trying. I mean, it might seem like such a such a cliche statement to say, anything is possible to those who try. You never know until you try. I mean, it's so cliche these days, but it's so true though. I wait tables by profession, and there's a lot of people that I come in contact with. They'll ask me, so what do you do? How was your day? Whatever. And I, just so happen to have a great workout that day or something like that, and we'll get talking about that. And some people, I'll bring it up to them, that I'm training for a half Ironman, and they'll be like, "Oh gosh, I could never do that." And see, the thing is that I don't like. I just thought about this today. Is that people write themselves off so quickly for something like that. Now, maybe that triathlon is not something that they exactly wanted to do ever, that they probably ever thought about, but they're already writing themselves off for something they haven't even given any attempt to. Anything unattempted remains impossible. That's what a challenge is. So you have to have the mindset that says, I can do anything I choose to do. I can do anything that I choose to do. There might be some things that I don't particularly want to do. Some people might not want to do triathlon, but think about your wording. Think about your mindset. You can do anything that you put your mind to. Like I said, it sounds so cliche, but it's true. I mean, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. We have the potential. Us as human beings have the potential to be our greatest asset or our worst enemy. So, bottom line is, put yourself out there. If there's something that you want to do, go out and do it. By golly, if you want to go out and finish train for your first 5K, go out and do it. If you want to go out and create your own business, do it. Whatever you want to be, you have to become that person that will be able to sustain that kind of lifestyle that you want. If I want to be a great triathlete, I have to put in the hard work for it. If I want to be a great businessman, I have to put in the hard work for it. If I want to be a great father to my kids, I have to role model great fathers. I have to make sure that I give them the right things that they need in order to be successful. The right attention, the right disciplines, whatever it is. If I want to be successful in any area, I need to make sure that I role model the right people, put in the right stuff, put in the right time, and make sure that if I'm not getting the outcome that I want, I just try again, do something different until I get the area that I want to succeed in done. And so that's the main thing. If you want something in your life, go out, do it, make it happen. Don't make excuses. And if you don't succeed your first time, and it's something that you really want in your life, then figure out what you did wrong. Figure out what you did wrong, and go out and do it again. Go out and try again. Role model somebody who's been successful in that area, and go from there. So that's the bottom line, man. Just keep out. Every accomplishment starts with a decision to try, and so that's what you got to do. And so that's about it. That's it for this episode today. Please subscribe to this channel. I actually just created an Instagram. I think it's in the description. There's a link to it in the description below. But follow me at Kona Qualified, and one word, Kona Qualified. And yeah, as always, it's gonna be a great time, guys. Please subscribe to this channel. Please follow me on Instagram. That's probably a better way to keep up with me on my daily basis. So yeah, it's gonna be an awesome ride. I am an elite age grouper. I will be qualified for the Kona in the next 4 years. Take it to the bank. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. So anyhow, have a great day. Thanks for watching. God bless.